Shalom and welcome to this week's Hebrew class. And as usual, we're going through the book of John. We're in chapter 3, and today we will be going through verses 5 to 9. So let us begin. And of course, for anyone who's dropping in for the first time or so, we have the chart for the Nikud, the vowel markings, to help us work out how to pronounce the particular vowels. And we have these useful resources, which I will encourage you to use because that will help so much in your understanding of the words, in understanding the root words. But also I encourage you to use those resources that each day or so you could go through a particular verse. It is very useful. It gives us all the information we need on those resources to translate, transliterate, and it will greatly help you in your practice. So let us begin. And as you can see, it begins with a hey, and a hey is the fifth letter of the alphabet. So we know we're in verse 5, remembering that every letter has a numerical value. So let's go through the letters. Vav, Yod, Ayin, Nun, Sofit, meaning a nun at the end of a word. Yod, Hey, Vav, Shin, Ayin. Aleph, Mem, Nun, Sofit again. Aleph, Mem, Nun, Sofit, Aleph, Nun, Yod, Aleph, Mem, Resh, Lamed, Kaf, Sofit, Kaf at the end of a word. Aleph, Mem, Sofit, Mem at the end of a word, Lamed, Aleph. So we see some of the letters when they're at the end, they change their form, but not all of them. So let's read it now. Vaya'an. And he answered, remembering that no pronoun meaning it's generally he. Yahushua, or Yahusha. Amen. Truly. Amen. Truly. So if we look down here, we see that amen is an interjection, can mean so be it, surely, truly. And the first root word is ana, meaning to answer, to reply, remembering that the yod is imperfect with the vav prefix, it makes it a perfect form, and he answered. Yeshua, truly, truly. Ani, and I've said I am because of the following word, which with the cholam up here, it makes it a participle, so it is omer, saying, I am saying. Luck to you, with the lamed being a prefix. Im, if, lo, not. And Yeshua answered, truly, truly, I say to you, unless. So let us now read that. Vaya'am, Yahushua, Amen, Amen, Ani, Omer, Lak, Im, lo. And the translation, and he answered, Yahusha, truly, truly, I am saying to you, if not. And now we come to part B, and we see we've got a Yod, Vav, Lamed, Dalet. Aleph, Yod, Shin, Mem, Nun, Sofit, Hey, Mem, Yod, Mem, Sofit, Vav, Hey, Resh, Vav, Chet, Lamed, Aleph, Yod, Vav, Kaf, Lamed, Lamed, Vayet, Vav, and Aleph. And so we begin. Ye, Valed, Yivaled. All right, Yivaled. Now the yod is an imperfect prefix. And the root actually is yalad, which is a kol verb to give birth. Right, now they use the vav because the yod is a weak letter and they've changed it to a vav so we can read it. Ye valed. he shall be born. So we know that's imperfect with the yod. Ish, a man, min from, ha-mayim, water, or the water, the ha-ruach, and the spirit. Now, also we need to make note that when we got a patach with a chet like that, the only with the patach is the patach said before the consonant, whereas all the other vowel marks will say it after. So it's just something to remember. So it's the ha-ruach. And then we have lo, not yukal. Again, that's an imperfect form. Shall be able. The yod gives us shall. And the root of it is yakal, a verb to be able, to be allowed, right? Not he shall be able, lavo, to come. So unless a man is born of water and the Spirit, he shall not be able to enter. So instead of come, they use enter. And I've also given you a few extras. Yiled, which is a plural verb to deliver, like with a baby. And then we got yeled, is a masculine noun for son, child, boy, youngster. And I've also given you the female form, which is yalda. It's a feminine noun and means girl or child. Just so that when you come across it, you may recognize it because it has a feminine ending. So now we can read it without any aids. And it is Yivaled, Ish min ha-mayim ve'ha-ruach lo yukal lavo. He shall be born a man from water and the Spirit, not he shall be able to come. So I keep giving you the pronouns because it's implying the pronoun. Because he meaning the man, right? So now we can turn to the next one, part C, and we have an Aleph Lamed, Mem Lamed, Kaf, Vav, Tav, Hey, Aleph, Lamed, Hey, Yod, Mem Sofit. And then we read, El meaning to, Malkut, which is the kingdom, and it looks like it's a construct form, so it's of, Ha Elohim, the Elohim. So from the previous, to enter the kingdom of the Elohim, or the kingdom of Elohim. And then I've given you Malkut, which is a feminine noun for kingship, kingdom, rulership. And I've also given you Malkah, because with the hey at the end, it's also a feminine form. So it's a feminine noun for queen. And then we also have Melech, which is a masculine noun, and it's used as king. Right, so we can read that now. El Malkut Ha Elohim. To the kingdom of the Elohim. And now we come to Vav. Now Vav, of course, is the sixth letter of the alphabet. So that's how we know its value is 6. So now we go through the letters again. And we'll try a little bit quicker. Hey, Nun, Vav, Lamed, Dalet, Mem, Nun, Sofit, Hey, Bayet, Sin, Resh, because that's got a dot on that side. Bayet, Sin, Resh, Hey, Vav, Aleph, Vav, Hey, Nun, Vav, Lamed, Dalet. Now let's read it. Ha, No, Lad, the one born. Now, if we look down here, Ha No Lad is a masculine noun which means the newborn, or Nolad as a verb means to be born. So it's sort of like a perfect form. Right, the one born min from ha-basar. Now, basar means flesh. If we look down here, basar is a masculine noun, flesh, meat, substance, essence. Basar, flesh. Again, and then who he is. So flesh he is. The ha-nolad, and the one born. And I've also given you down there who as a pronoun. It means he, it, he is, or is. Right, so now we can read that one. Ha-nolad min ha-basar. Basar, who, ve-ha-nolad. The one born from the flesh, flesh he is. And the one born, and so we come to part B, and we have a mem, nun safit, hey, resh, vav, chet, resh, vav, chet, hey, vav, aleph. Min, from, ha-ruach, the spirit, ruach, spirit, who he is. For the one who is born from the spirit is spirit. And so now let's read that. Min ha-ruach, ruach, who? From the spirit, spirit he is. And now we come to Zion, which is the seventh letter of the alphabet, so it has a value of 7. And then we go Aleph, Lamed, Tav, Tav, Mem, Hey, Ayin, Lamed, Aleph, Mem, Resh, Yod, Lamed, Kaf, Sofit, Kaf, Yod, Ayin, Lamed, Yod, Kaf, and Mem, Sofit. Al, which generally means not. If we look down here, al as an adjective means don't or not. And then same root letters, el as a prep means to, at, for, and then el as a masculine noun means Elohim or deity. So we just got to know how it's used. Here it is, not, tit, ma. You shall be astonished. The first tav is telling you it's second person, so that's why it's you. And then we've got tamah, a cold verb, to be amazed, to be astonished, to wonder. So not you shall be astonished. Al sounds the same as the other one, but it's different. If we look down here, al is a prep, about, regarding, because, for, with, including, upon, over. So I've used concerning, al, concerning. Now this is an interesting one. We follow the Kamatz rule, which explains that when we have a closed syllable, which means the second letter doesn't have a vowel after it, then the Kamatz is said as an O sound. So it's omri. So it is al omri, my saying. Concerning my saying, luck to you, ki, that, aleikem, regarding you. Again, it's using the same root as over here, about or regarding you. So, do not be amazed by my saying to you that you. So now we can read that. Al titma al omri lak ki aleikem. Not you should be astonished concerning my saying to you, that regarding you. So in the normal English is, do not be amazed by my saying to you that you. And we have 7b, we have a lamed, hey, vav, lamed, dalet, mem, lamed, mem, ayin, lamed, hey. You notice this is in white. That tells us we don't actually sound it out. It's silent. So we begin. Lehi valed. Now it's a Hiffeld, right? So it's for must be born. So the Hiffeld, if we look down here, he valed is a masculine noun meaning being born. It's a Hiffeld verb. It means causative, like must or need or to cause to be born, right? For must be born, milmala, milmala, from above, right? And its root is mala. As an adjective, it means upward, heavenly, above. So we could use it from upward, from heavenly, from above. Usually it's used as from above, that you must be born from above. And so, now we read that. Lehi valed, milmala. For must be born from above. And now we come to chet. It's the 8th letter of the alphabet, so we're in verse 8. And we have Hey, Resh, Vav, Chet, Bayit, because of the dot, Aleph, Shin, Resh, Yod, Chet, Pei, because of the dot, Zade, Sofit, Shin, Mem, Sofit, Hey, Vav, Aleph, Nun, Shin, Vayit, Tav, Vav, Aleph, Tav, Hey. So let's read it. Ha-ruach, the, interesting, same word for spirit. But now it's not talking about the spirit, it's talking about the wind. So the word for wind and spirit are exactly the same. The ruach, the wind, ba-a-sher, in that, yachpots, it shall desire. So if we look down here, chafat is a kal verb to desire, to want, to wish. So it shall desire. So the wind in that it shall desire, sham, meaning usually means there, but it can also be where. Where, who, it. Now in this case, because we're talking about wind, it's not he, it's it. No shevet, no shevet, blows. If we look down there, we have nishev, right? Nishev is your root there, PL verb to blow, and it means wind. And also we have nashav, which as a kal verb means to blow as well. So therefore, it's a construct form with the tav at the end. So blows, ve'ata, and you. So the wind blows wherever it desires, and you. So let us read that. Ha-ruach ba'asher yach pots sham hu no shevet ve'atra. The wind in that, it shall desire where it blows, and you. And so, we now come to 8b, which is a tav, shin, mem, ayin, aleph, tav, kuf, vav, lamed, vav, vav, lamed, aleph, tav, dalet, ayin, mem, aleph, yod, nun, safit, bayet, aleph, vav, aleph, nun, hey. Remember, all the white ones are silent. They're not actually said. So we read, tishma, tishma. Again, the tav is second person. You shall hear. Et grammar marker, kol lo, meaning its voice, because we're talking about the wind. Otherwise, it could be his, right? But in this case, it could be kol can mean voice, but it can also mean sound. So you shall hear, grammar marker, its sound, velo, and not teda, you know. Again, second person, you. Me'ayin, from naught, or translate generally as from where. Ba, it comes. Sorry about that. The anna, and where to. So if we look down here, yada is a kol verb, to know, to recognize, to be familiar. And ayin is a masculine noun meaning nothing, naught, nil. So me'ayin given as from where. Though from not, it's also what it looks like. Then we have ana, which can mean an adverb, where to. So we'll notice that we had ana before, but it was spelt different with an in. And then I've got ina. Ina is a PL verb, to cause, to happen, to precipitate. So I'm just giving you some different words that you might come across. So therefore the translation, and you hear its sound, not knowing where it comes from and from where. So now we can read that. Tishma et kolo velo teda me'ayin ba ve'ana. And the translation, you shall hear, grammar marker, its sound, and not you know from naught or from where it comes, and where to. And part C, we have a Hey, Vav, Aleph, Hey, Vav, Lamed, Kaf Sofit, Kaf Nun Sofit, Kaf Lamed, Hey, Nun, Vav, Lamed, Dalet, Mem, Nun Sofit, Hey, Resh, Vav, Chet. And we read it, who. Now, who in this case, because we're talking about the wind, it is, and this is holek, which is a participle, meaning going. It is going. Ken, so. Kol, now that could be kol, but it's generally kol because of the kamatz rule. Kol ha no lad. All the ones born. Min from ha ruach, the spirit. Where it is going. So it is with all who are born from the Spirit. And I've given you halak, which we know is a kol verb, to go, to walk, to leave, to follow. And ken, as an adjective, means yes, so, thusly, honestly, truthfully. And so we read, who, holek, kain, kol, ha nolad, min ha-ruach. It is going, so all the ones born from the Spirit. And so we come to 9. It's represented with the tet, the 9th letter of the alphabet. And then we have vav yod ayin nun sofit. Nun kuf dalet yod mem vav nun sofit. Vav yod aleph mem resh. Aleph lamed yod vav. Aleph yod kaf hey. So now let's read it. Vaya'an. And he answered. We've had that before. We know that ana down here is a kol verb, to answer, to reply. And I've also said with the prefix, it's a perfect form, meaning a completed action. And he answered, Naqdimon. That's the Hebrew way of saying Nicodemus. Naqdimon. Vayomer. And he said, no pronoun, we have he. And he said, Elive. to him or unto him. Eka, how. So if we look down here, eka means how can it be, or even where in a biblical sense. So the translation, from the Spirit, Nicodemus answered and said to him, how? So we read it. Vayan Naqdimon vayomer elev eka. And he answered Nicodemus, and he said to him, how? And 9b, it's a tav, hey, yod, hey, kaf, zion, aleph, tav, which is ta, could it be? Now we know it's the imperfect form, so we translate it as could. Could it be? We're talking about the subject is more like it, right? And then we have kazot, like this. How, from the previous, could it be like this? And then I've given you haya, verb to be, to exist, to happen, and then the tav prefix, an incomplete action. So it could be shall, will, or could. And of course, zot meaning this. The kaf prefix means like or as. And so we read it. Tiye kazot. Could it be like this? And now that we've finished that verse, we can now go through and see just how much of the verse we fully grasp. First, we look and say, it's a hey. We're in verse 5. Vaya'an, and he answered. Yeshua, that's who answered. Amen, amen. Truly, truly, ani I am, Omer saying, luck to you, im lo, if not. And he answered, Yeshua, truly, truly, I am saying to you, if not. Ye valed shall be born, ish a man, min from ha mayim, water, the ha ruach, and the spirit, or and spirit, lo not yukal, he shall be able, lavo, to come, or to enter. He shall be born, a man, from water and the spirit, not he shall be able to come. to Malkut, the kingdom of Elohim, the Elohim. To the kingdom of the Elohim. And now it's a vav, so we know it's a value of 6, so in verse 6, ha nolad, the one born, min from ha basar, the flesh, basar, flesh, who he is, the ha nolad, and the one born, so the one born from the flesh, flesh he is. And the one born, min from ha-ruach, the spirit, ruach, spirit, who he is. From the spirit, spirit he is. And then we have Zion, which has a value of 7. I'll not titma, you shall wonder or be amazed. Al regarding omri, my saying, luck to you, ki that, alekem, regarding you. Not you should be astonished. Because it's imperfect, you can also use should. It could be will or shall, but that sounds all right. Not you shall be astonished concerning my saying to you that regarding you. And then we have part B of that. Le hi va led. For must be born, because it's a hifeld, mil ma la, from above. For must be born from above. And then we have a chet. We know in verse 8, ha-ruach, the spirit, ba-a-sher, in that yach. Now that one actually means wind in this case. Remember the wind, even though it looks like spirit. Ba-a-sher, in that yach pots, it shall desire, sham, meaning can also mean where, who, it, where it, no shevet, blows, ve'ata, and you. The wind in that it shall desire where it blows, and you. Tishma, you hear et kolo, its sound, because we're talking about the wind. Volo, and not teda, you know. Me'ayin, from naught or from where. Ba, it comes. Ve'ana, and where. You shall hear, grammar marker, its sound, and not you know, from naught or from where it comes, and where to. Who, it, holek, or it is, going, because that's a participle. Ken, so, kol, all, ha nolad, the ones born, men from ha-ruach, the spirit. It is going, so, all the ones born from the spirit. Now we have a tet, which has a value of 9. Vaya'an, and he answered. Naqdimon, meaning Nicodemus. Vayomer, and he said, Elaiv, unto him. Eka, how? And he answered, Naqdimon, Nicodemus, and he said to him, how? Tiye, which is could it be, because it's imperfect. Kazot, like this. Could it be like this? And then finally we come to our vowel markings. And so we go through them. Just the top line. Kamatz, that's the longer A sound. And patak is a shorter A sound. Zere is a longer E sound. Segol, short E sound. Shava, it can be silent or it can have a short E sound behind it. And then we have cholam, that's the O sound that we get when it's above the vav, where we don't even say the vav in most cases, just the O sound, the vowel mark. And so let us finish with just looking at the chart again. And the resources, because they're very vital to your study. And so if we just look at some of the, say the bottom line. Tav has a 400, Shin 300, Resh 200, Kuf 100. So Kuf 100, Resh 200, Shin 300, Tav 400. It's just getting those values in your mind. When you see it, you instantly see it. And that's why we keep repeating the letters, the values of the letters as well. So we just hope that you are enjoying your lessons, and we just pray you'll continue in them, because the more you do it, the more you'll understand it, and the more depth you can get out of reading your scriptures. So we just like to wish you a Shavua Tov, a good week, and we hope to see you join us again. Amen.